BMC Filters Formula 600. The bikes are lining up behind me. Jody Lee's won a race yesterday, his first of the year. Can he get up there? James Henry, also worth looking out for. He's the birthday boy. Also a happy birthday to Adam Oliver's dad, Graham Oliver. Look out for Michael Price. The crash yesterday means the championship is very, very close.
Indeed. Thanks, Steve. BMC Filters Formula 600 here at Cadwell Park. There is Michael Price. Michael, who is a new dad, a little boy. So every reason for losing a few minutes sleep. There we see, yeah, he's grooving on the banks here at Cadwell, waiting for these BMC Filters Formula 600. Green flags up at the back. There's Bullpin, Adam Oliver, Jody Lee's on that front row. And, oh, goodness me, misjudging the start horribly was Adam Oliver. And, well, he looks round and he's not going to take any advantage of it, but unfortunately, that was a horrible start, Steve.
It's the most obvious jog start you'll ever see, I think. There's no doubt about that. So, yeah, there's going to be a 10-second penalty added to Adam Oliver's overall time. So he's got plenty of work to do now, number 51.
Well, it is always a shame when that happens, but a terrible shame after such a brilliant qualifying as well. And look at it, Seb Bullpin getting away well at the start once again. It's a big grid of 600s around here at Cadwell Park. And Seb Bullpin, who was classed the Superstocks earlier, well, at the moment, he's leading this from Richie McNeil. Great start from the young Irish rider.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see Richard up there. He's been with us a few seasons now, and he's a very happy chappy in the paddock, and it's great to see him up there. There's James Henry, number 91, looking to close up the gap in the championship to Michael Price. You mentioned earlier about Michael Price losing some sleep. Well, I can tell you they lost plenty on Saturday evening because he crashed at the gooseneck and they were up for hours fixing the machine.
Well, Richie McNeil still chasing Seb Bullpin hard over the line, but he's got Jody Lee's on his shoulder there. And up the hill they run through Charlie down onto the long park straight. And that's a quick old run on the Formula 600. Up over the top of the hill they come, but Seb Bullpin still there. Richie McNeil now being pressured by number 51, Adam Oliver, but that, of course, is on the road. Adam Oliver having been given the 10-second penalty for that rather garish jump start, so he's putting in a good performance, but we'll have to ignore him as far as the results are concerned. Certainly up the sharp end, but look at it, Seb Bullpin, the infighting behind, just allowing him to pull away. Still Richard McNeil there ahead of the penalised Adam Oliver, and Jody Lee, number 71, tucked in there in what is an actual third place on the road.
Oh, and that's Tom Meehan, unmistakable colours, and Tom doesn't look very happy with that, slams his fist down on the floor, and oh dear, another DNF, Tom.
That is such a shame too. I know he's got a lot of guests here this weekend. He's himself, I think he does personal fitness training amongst other things, and I know, as I say, he's got a lot of support here, so he will be extra missed, but good to see that he is so personally fit that he walked away from that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam Oliver then making his way up into second place. There's Alan Tanton, currently second in the championship, chasing down Michael Price. Michael Price started the year a massive lead in the championship, and all of a sudden, Alan Tanton, James Henry, Adam Oliver, they're all catching you up again.
Yeah, Alan Tanton, it really has been impressive this season. He's got himself at the back of that little chasing pack, and he's trying to squeeze his way through, and he's picked up a place there. But yeah, he's been one of our really impressive riders throughout the season, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. We see Dean Young there being chased by Roger Wibberley.
Yes, they are further back down the field, of course, and meanwhile up the front, Seb Bullpin just reading off the laps, and they're, well, working so hard. I'm sure Adam Oliver aware of his 10-second penalty, and I'll tell you what, he is aware of it, because he's turning in some very tidy lap times indeed. Of course, having to fight back on a 10-second disadvantage means he's got to scream away from his package. What he's trying to do, look at Richie McNeil there in third place. The young rider still working hard there. We see Chris Wilkinson, followed by Sam Ludgate, and Terje Johnson, Terry Johnson, he's known now that he lives around Cadwell Park. He's chasing them hard, as up the front, also chasing hard. Adam Oliver on the case of Seb Bullpin. Adam Oliver, of course, having need to give it absolute steam because he's carrying that 10-second penalty. He just needs, if he can, to get away in the far distant future and move up the standings as far as this race is concerned. At the moment, they've all been leading.
Yeah, it's a good effort from Seb on a super stock machine as well, so he's not got the tuning that the other guys were allowed. And I would imagine that his centre half on pit will probably indicate to him that Adam Oliver's closing in and bears no real threat to his first place at the moment. Great riding from Seb though, and Adam, of course.
Yes, I can assure you that his centre half on the pit wall is certainly signalling him every lap. Gets through a lot of work. She does is a very loyal supporter of Seb's racing, and it's just good to see on her behalf, and indeed all his Malt's behalf, really, that he is putting in the performances this year with all that hard work recovering from his accident reserve. There we see James Henry, number 91, leading that chasing group. Wow, look at this. Still Seb Bulpin, Adam Oliver. Oh, it's very quick. That's Park Corner at the end of the long park straight. It closes on Seb there, and still Seb keeping him back there in second place. They run down through the gooseneck into Mansfield.
Further back, Michael Price, championship leader, number 175, is in 7th or 8th place behind Ben Field. At the moment, Alan Townsend is still pulling away with Richard McNeil. So Richard McNeil's on course for another podium here.
Yeah, Ben Field. Glad we got a chance to mention. Haven't seen him yet, but this is his rookie year, effectively, and he's put in some splendid performances. Had one or two offs, but looking good today.
See Tom McHale and Mike McQuain going through that.
Yep, through or bend over the top, down the old hairpin to Barn, and the last lap flag being shown. Seb Bulpin with Adam Oliver on his shoulder. Effectively means Seb has an excellent lead.
There we see Ben Field and Michael Price. Michael Price being stalked at the moment by number 9, Paul Jarman. Good to see Paul up in the top 10 again after a difficult start to the year. Adam Oliver's got ahead there of Seb Bulpin, so don't worry too much about that. That doesn't really matter too much, provided Adam wasn't to get a 10-second lead from here to the end of the lap.
Yes, that will be a very strange thing indeed. But I tell you what, this is the mark of an excellent ride by Adam Oliver. Yes, we know he had the penalty for the start, etc. But he didn't gain an advantage particularly. I think he dropped back to 4th as they ran through Coppis, probably with him thinking with horror over what he'd done. But to get ahead of Seb Bulpin, and they've been riding shoulder to shoulder, lap after lap, very impressive indeed. And equally impressive, but Sam Middleton, I think he just in fact disappeared from the lap chart, but he has set fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, so we lost Sam then with 49 there. That's Mike McLean going right. Oh, and there's a rider down on the exit. That's James Henry. So we've lost third place man James Henry. That's been stopped. That looks a bit nasty.
Yep, and well, he did get the classic get on the power and the high side of mighty proportions coming out of that chicane. So yes, that race brought to a close. It means that the win goes to Seb Bulpin from Jody Lee. Richie McNeil, an excellent third. Alan Tanton up to 4th. Adam Oliver 5th, even with the penalty, and Ben Field in 6th. And they're a very happy winner, Seb Bulpin.
Winner of the BMC Filter Sport 600 race, Seb Bulpin. Seb, on a stop bike, you've done ever so well there. Well, considering I'm fishing out 112 brake horsepower on the Thundersport dyno compared to some of these guys with upwards of 140, as you'll see on the TV coverage, I'm getting smoked in the straights but making it up in the corners. Adam Oliver got himself a job start by quite a way. He started nipping at his heels towards the end of the race, obviously trying to make up the deficit. Were you aware that he was going to get the 10-second penalty? Yeah, just a bit. I mean, he went probably 3 seconds before the lights went out, so he had a 100-yard start on us, so I thought he might have a 10-second penalty coming. Looked behind me, saw he was there, pushed on a little bit. I wanted to win the race outright, really. In the end, I did, because we got put back a lap. I would like to say I hope James Henry's okay after his crash, though, because it looked like a bit of a big one. Yeah, I second that. Well done, Seb. We'll see you in race 2. Well, thanks, Steve.
Are you Dominic Little?